Here with Wayne Dougherty, the new skill and development coach for the Kootenay Ice. Wayne, first of all, tell us more about your Summit Hockey Academy that you're a part of in Calgary and what that's all about.
Yeah, we've been going for 8 years now, and we started with about 20 kids, and we've been growing ever since. We're about 130 kids now, grades 7 to 12, and very focused young athletes. And we've been fortunate over the years that our athletes have done very well. We've got over 30 players in the Western Hockey League now that are alumni, and 7 NHL drafts in 8 years. So we're very proud of that. And our Bantam draft through the Western League has been very successful. I think we've had 60 kids fortunate enough to be drafted by the league in the last 6 years. So it's pretty exciting.
Now, the skill and development coach with the Ice, how did this marriage come about?
Well, Garnet Kazook is a good friend of mine, and through Garnet I got to know Jeff Chenouth and also Ryan McGill. And when Ryan was in Calgary, we crossed paths a few times, and we actually talked him into coming out as a guest coach with our group, and we got to know each other a little bit. And so Ryan is the one I believe who spearheaded this and wanted to bring me on board, and I just feel really fortunate that he's made that happen, and I'm excited to come on with the team.
How different is it going to be for you to work with one team, or have you done that before?
It's a different role for me. I'm excited to start with it, and these guys, my impression so far is they're such talented athletes that if you can show them one or two things, they incorporate it into their game really quickly. So that's exciting, and it's a great level to be involved with, and I feel really fortunate to have been asked.
Well, that's my next question. What did you notice in the Kootenay Ice in the 3-4 days you've been here? What have you seen that way?
Well, again, really, really focused athletes. They're determined to play very hard and play well, and they want to learn. They want to get better, and they want to get to the next level. So I haven't seen any egos at all. I've seen a lot of open minds and a lot of guys asking questions, and they've been really good so far to me, and I'm excited to do more once the team's selected.
How will you make the Kootenay Ice better?
Well, I think all those little details in the skills add up, and it doesn't matter if it's at the NHL level or if it's at a Bantam level. Players that are able to work on the details of the game, a little bit of an edge, whether it's skating or shooting just a little bit harder or a little bit quicker, adds up. We're in August right now, and over the point of the year, across the year, those little things will continue to add up, and hopefully that helps the team win more hockey games.
How much do you teach off the ice, not just on the ice? Do you have things that you do in the dressing room and things like that?
Yeah, I think that when you show players the best players in the world, that's the bar. And if you can break down what Datsuk's doing and show elements of what he's doing and apply it to the players that are here, that excites them. And they know they're not that far off, and it gives them something to work towards, and they need to see that. So that video, and then the other way around, as we get further into the year, I'll be able to see video of what they're doing and either say, hey, that's what we worked on, that's great to see it actually in a game, or maybe let's look at that and see how we can be more successful in that situation.
Where did you learn the things that you're teaching?
I've been involved with the game for a long time. As a player, I was a smaller defenseman, so I had to kind of learn how to be a little shifty. But I grew up with it. Patty Janelle was a coach. That was my very first training camp that I was involved with. And you learn from all the different coaches that you've been around, whether it's Dave King or Willie Desjardins or Kevin Constantine. I've been very fortunate to be around a lot of good coaches and just observe what they're doing and try and incorporate that into what you do going forward.
You mentioned a lot of great coaches. They usually talk strategy and systems and things like that. Is skill development something that is missing from some teams?
I think it's something that coaches, they're so busy and their jobs are on the line to win, and it's a team game, and I think rightfully so they focus on the team. I think a skill coach comes in with a completely different look, where they're looking at the individuals and how they get the individuals better, and I think everybody recognizes that's important, and it's an important part but I think it's a different perspective.
Can you watch a game normally just to see who wins or loses, or do you see things in players you go, you know what, if I can just teach this guy this, he'll turn better, or this guy to shoot better? How do you approach watching a game?
Yeah, even when I'm watching the Stanley Cup, it's hard not to evaluate. It's I love the game. Grew up being a fan, but the more you're working in the game, the more you see the details, and really that's what you see when you're watching.
When should strategy become a part of the regular coaching or skill development? What do you see in the young guys as they approach getting to be a teenager, what their plan should be as far as learning day-by-day practice time?
Well, I think the game is a team game, but young players, I like the idea of them playing more games, and when we were kids, we played on the outdoor rink all the time, and we all learned from the best player on the outdoor rink. What's he doing to allow him to score all those goals? And so we learned through playing. And I think at a young age, we spend way too much time in line, waiting for our rep to skate through pylons, and then we're waiting while coaches replace those pylons. I'd like to see the kids more active in game situations. It doesn't have to be a full ice game, but it can be small area games and things like that. And then when they get a little bit older, I think is the best time to really focus on detailed, specific skill development. And I think that when you get a chance, you can do power skating, you can do things that with young players, and it's a good thing. But they want to play and they want to be excited, and then when they're excited and they're a little older, I think they really become focused on how to develop their game to a new level.